Google could pull the plug on its China search engine as early as today. Well, here to talk about it is Nick Thompson. He's the senior editor at Wired magazine and also a contributor here at Bloomberg. And Nick, good to see you again. Of course, this has been this ongoing saga here between Google and China. You say this is more than about the hacking problems we heard a few months ago, right? This is really about censorship.
It's about both hacking and censorship, but I think there's been increasing frustration within Google at the climate in China. YouTube has been shut down now for almost a year. It's been blocked by China. There was the Green Dam incident where China asked that U.S. companies install tracking software on all of the computers. Then there was this hacking incident, and then ever since Google's been in the country, they've had to filter their search results, which they feel is sort of hypocritical. Here they are to organize the world's information, but in China they're able to organize some of the world's information and not these things that the Chinese government doesn't want you to see. So they've been getting more and more and more frustrated, and then this hacking thing happened, and they said, okay, forget it.
But, you know, we were talking about this during the break. I mean, why do they feel the need to stand up on this? I mean, it's not as if we've been talking about that China represents a huge amount of their business.
Yeah.
They're not, you know, they're not a content provider per se. You know, they don't make original content.
Yeah.
So why does press freedom matter to them so much in China?
Well, the first part of the question, China's not a huge part of their business, probably makes this decision a little bit easier because they're not making tons and tons of money. But they are making some money. There is potential growth, so it is a real risk. I think what's happening is that there's a sense within Google, there's some people, the founders, many other people, Eric Schmidt to some degree, some less degree, that believe that the company is sort of a public trust, that their job is to organize the world's information in a way that will increase communication, increase freedom, increase democracy, increase all these things they believe in. And there are other people in the company who feel like our job is to maximize value for the shareholders. And there's a little bit of tension. There's always been tension. And I think in this argument, the side that cares about organizing the world's information for the good of humanity kind of won out.
But you know, over the weekend there was an article about how Google had put up put up the location of the headquarters of like I think it was like the special forces in the British, you know, in the British military, and that this site was actually top secret, and they put it out there for everybody to see. So isn't there some limits? I mean, doesn't China have some argument to say, look, not everything can be out there for security reasons?
Oh no, absolutely. And I think if China was just saying you can't show our top secret military installations, and if China was saying you can't give away state secrets to your search results, I'm sure Google would comply with that.
Would they though?
Well, they comply with that in other countries if they're asked to take things down. If they have secret stuff up from U.S., if they have something the NSA doesn't want to have up, they'll pull it down. But China is also saying you can't give results on Tiananmen Square. China may have, part of the hacking was probably into the Gmail accounts of dissidents. So it was layers and layers beyond the exposure of state secrets.
So what do you expect Google to do? Are they going to pull out completely, or are they going to keep some businesses intact there, or what?
I think they're going to pull out Google.cn, so they're Chinese, the search engine. But I don't think they're going to pull out everything else. They're not going to. They have investments, small investments in Chinese companies. They're not going to withdraw those, most likely, to create chaos. They're probably not going to pull out Gmail and Google Maps and all those other services. I think they're just going to pull out the search engine. They've said, unless we can stop censoring, we're going to pull out the search engine. I don't think they're going to withdraw everything. That's my gut.
And they've burned their bridges. They're never going back to China for sure.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that. They may go back and they may make peace. What's so interesting, though, is that China is now blaming the U.S. government and saying that Google is an agent of Hillary Clinton and the State Department, and they're trying to turn this into a huge international fight.
She made comments about it, though.
Well, she
not
did
directly about Google, but about internet. Yeah, but about
But China's tack has been turning into sort of an international conflict, which is probably good politics on their side, because it'll make sort of rise nationalistic fervor and make it look like it's the U.S. government meddling, not one company concerned about free speech. So China is probably playing that pretty well, and that actually is going to make the climate harder for other U.S. companies. So.
Right, others like Microsoft or who else, other
any other U.S. company, China's going to be where Chinese users will be upset.
Okay, Nick, thanks for stopping by. Good to talk with you. Nick Thompson of Wired magazine.